The View from the Bay starts now.
Ladies, here's something just for you. We have the top 10 ways to get the man in your life to open up. Joining us now is the author of this book, The Key to the Men's Room. Welcome, Ken Solon. Good to see you, Ken. Welcome to the show.
Give me the key. I want the key,
You love that title?
Yes, I love that title.
Why is it that men seem to have so much difficulty opening up, more than women have opening up?
You know, I always thought that the hardest thing in life is to get men and their emotions in the same room at the same time. There's just no practice. There's no history of it. Women start talking to each other when they're little girls. Boys compete.
Yeah.
And there's never been anything in their lives to set up that sort of dialogue, emotional dialogue.
And when we do talk, we have different vocabularies. Women tend to say, I feel. Men tend to say, I think. Why is that?
You know, if you ask 10 men what they feel about something, 9 of them will tell you what they think. And you say, well, gee, but I just said, what do you feel? And I said, I just told you what I think. That's how hard it is for a lot of guys.
Well, you've been leading a men's discussion group, what, for 16 years now? And what sort of things are they saying? Give me the scoop in those groups.
I think the biggest issue for most guys is relationships. That's what men want to talk about, and their relationship fears. And I think probably intimacy is their greatest relationship fear.
Wait a minute, that sounds like a contradiction. They want to talk about their feelings.
With other men.
With other men.
With other men.
Okay.
Yeah, well, this is just what they talk about with other men.
Yeah.
With women, it takes a little more practice. And
So how do we get them to open up to us?
Well, I think the most important thing is to create what I call a safe space. And that's that it's not in front of the TV. It's not when your kids are running around. It's maybe taking a quiet walk together. Or maybe just sitting across from each other on a couch. But a woman has to make a man feel comfortable about opening up because it's a new experience for him. So she has to kind of make it easier for him.
So how might she do that, though? Because if a guy has spent 40 years feeling guarded...
Well, I think one of the things is she can tell him that whatever you say that you think is debatable. We could talk about that. You know, you could have 10 opinions about what you think. When you tell me how you feel, that's your absolute truth, and there is no debate. So men really want to get what they want out of relationships. They don't know how to ask for it. If you can ask for it from an emotional place, women understand that, and they're more than glad usually to comply. I mean, it's not difficult.
How important is the trust factor, getting the man to feel that you're not going to share his secret feelings with anyone else?
There's two parts of the trust factor. That's one, that men have to feel that what they say to you will never be used against them, and that happens all the time. Men will share an issue with a woman that he has, and then in a moment of anger, that woman may take that issue and just bang him over the head with it. Well, that's the last time he's ever going to do that. He'll never open up again, and that part of the relationship is probably sealed. Men do learn to trust other men. In this group I started 16 years ago, I think trust was the biggest issue. We all had to agree that we were going to trust each other, that we weren't going to repeat the stories to one another's wives. And when I used to go home from meetings, women used to always ask me, well, what did you talk about? And I said, you know, I really can't talk about it.
Another important thing is that you say when men finally open up, women should try not to express any judgment or criticize, right?
Well, because if it's your absolute truth, then how can you judge somebody's absolute truth? It may not be what you want to hear. If somebody talks about how he feels about the relationship, it may not be what you want to hear, but you really do want to hear the truth. And if that's his truth, you opened up the door. And when you open that Pandora's box about telling your truth, then you have to be willing to listen to it.
I find it very interesting you say, though, that coming out of those discussions, you found that men really do want intimacy. They really do want that.
Absolutely.
They just have difficulty communicating it.
Well, it's the vulnerability factor, because to make yourself vulnerable in relationship requires an enormous amount of trust. And men have enough experiences where trust wasn't part of it, and that makes a big difference.
All of Ken's tips are listed on our website, as well as access to the book. It's a pleasure chatting with you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. The Key to the Men's Room. Thank you.